Okay. I'm ready to talk about what actually happened. um, Hi, welcome to For the Girls with Becca Moore. I'm Becca Moore, obviously. I know for a lot of you, you're like tired of hearing about it, but unfortunately, this is my real life. So, and I'm not done talking about it until it's very clear how I feel and the message is clear and I get to be authentic and tell the truth at this point. So I just feel like this has just been eating me alive. And it's just, I've realized that it is important to communicate effectively because the things that I say matter. And I just keep thinking about a 12 or 13-year-old or a girl in high school getting on YouTube, because I was on YouTube at 9, so I know that there are kids online like watching content. And I'm so concerned about one of them finding my channel, watching through my videos, and then being like, oh my God, I see myself in this girl. Oh my God, like, you can love whoever you love and it doesn't matter. Like, no one cares, right? But then they find my breakup episode and they're like, oh, well, it ends there, I guess. And I guess she gave up. And I recognize that is my fault and that is how it seems because of that episode. And I'm responsible for that. And so I do feel like it's important for me to correct the narrative. I'm still getting tagged in things that are like, here's the problem with everything that Becca Moore said. And honestly, some of those videos are valid. I think context matters. And I think it's been frustrating to me because I feel, first of all, misunderstood, and that's a hard feeling to grapple with. But I feel like I'm mad at myself. I'm mad at myself for, I don't want to say that that wasn't an authentic reason that we broke up, but it was just, it wasn't even why we broke up, I guess. It's just like, I think when you go through a breakup, there's like 100 reasons for a breakup. I think there's a few big ones, and that wasn't a big one. That wasn't even a fraction of a reason that we broke up. I am frustrated with myself for offering up kind of like a scapegoaty reason for the breakup without talking to more lesbians and like gay people. I like wish I asked more questions, and I think I was just trying to do what I thought was going to protect our privacy. Like, I think that, which is crazy because it had the opposite effect. I just wanted to shut down rumors, and I wasn't ready to let go of that relation. Like, I wanted to protect my ex-girlfriend, and I thought that that's what I was doing. And not that like our breakup is entirely her fault. I'm just saying, like, I wanted to, I don't know. I don't know. I can just go back in time and like try to get in my mind. But like, the truth is I fucked up and I shouldn't have said that without more context. So I want to go back in time and tell you more about why we actually broke up because, well, first of all, I've thought about doing this for a long time, like talking about what actually happened. And I had to wait until, and I know it just seems like, why now, I guess, kind of. But I had to wait until my ex was done with her tour because I didn't want to send any like bad vibes. And also, I just think that as time has gone on, I've gained more clarity. I just think it's important to talk about this because it is eating me alive. And I think that like lately I've been jealous of like, I don't even like artists, like people that can like express themselves into a piece of art. Like, I don't, like even like painters, songwriters who can like make a song and tell a story in the song. And then it's an actualized piece of like art that people can use to like understand the artist more, you know? And I'm not a dancer or painter or songwriter. I can't write a song and tell you guys how I'm feeling. I talk about my life online. So it's like so different. But like, to me, this is expressing myself and expressing where I've come from, how I've learned, how I've grown. When you're going through a breakup, when I was going through, I'm still going through the breakup, but like, I remember I was like looking for content online, looking for like stories of girls that made it through and were okay. obviously this is like on a different scale. Like I was in a public relationship, and the person that I'm talking about is a public person and has a lot of fans. It's just such a complex thing. But I am finally ready to do this and tell my side of the story, because first of all, like when I first addressed the breakup thing, like a couple weeks after it went viral, and like I was getting a lot of heat on the LGBT side of TikTok, I was still dating my ex. So like even after that podcast episode went up, we still dated for a month after that. So the first, I think, couple episodes after that episode, we were still together, and like I wasn't gonna like tell my side of the breakup story. Like I wasn't, because we're still dating. So like, and then I had to wait for her tour to be over. So that's why this is coming now. And I know, like, I also know that like you guys know too much about my personal life, but because I did make this relationship public, I do feel like it's my responsibility to be clear about what actually happened. And also for myself, I've been very frustrated with myself. And I've been like, when you go through a breakup, you feel sadness, you feel anger. And I think a lot of the anger that I've been feeling lately has been at myself. And I've learned a lot. And I want to share what I've learned with you guys. This is a spoiler alert, but when that podcast episode did snowball out of control, my friends and family and like everyone was like, well, just tell your ex to like make a TikTok or something and talk about what happened. She said, you should stand up for yourself. And so that's me. That's why I'm doing this. I'm standing up for myself now. Yeah, I'm going to start at the beginning. So when we started talking and when we started dating, around 3 dates in, I could just tell that we really liked each other. We had been texting for like a month, and she basically started telling me from the beginning that like her friends were concerned about us dating because first of all, I was 25 at the time. So she's 6 years older than me. I was 25. I was a baby gay. I had never talked to a girl before. And she said she was worried because I was going to like make TikToks about her if we ended. Like she was worried. She said her friends were really worried about that. So that kind of just in the back of my head set the tone for who I needed to be in that relation. Like I was like, okay, you're right. I am more mature than that. And like, I'm not going to make TikToks about you. What? So then I just kind of felt like, even though that now looking back, I'm like, hindsight's 2020, and my ex was also a creator, and like I don't even know why that went over my head. And again, I really liked her. I wanted to be with her, and I was like, okay, I gotta like be more mature. Like I have to promise her that like I don't know. I wanted to show her that I was like a worthy partner. I wasn't gonna make content about her if we ended. And I really, really, really liked her. Like I was so happy. I felt like I had found the person that I was supposed to be with. And I was just like, everything makes sense now. I've never been this close to someone. And, like when I'm telling this story about our relationship, I think it's like, it's complicated because first of all, this is scary. And mostly this is the scariest thing I've ever posted or done, only because now I know to be scared, right? Because of how misunderstood that episode was, but also that was my fault. So I don't know. I can't just sit here and tell you like my favorite top 10 favorite times with her. Like I loved her a lot. I do want to be clear that like the happy times that I shared on social media were happy. Like I look back and I'm like, I loved her. So like this is obviously scary to do, but I do think that like I have to tell the truth. But okay. So yeah, a month, just to like set the tone for our relationship, like a month into us dating, there was an incident at the bar that I was at the bar with her, and then something happened, and she apologized. She said that she was going to make changes in her life, and she wanted to be with me, and she was like, I don't know. So like I stayed. Like, and that is something that like I don't think I would have done if I was dating a man. Because I think that like with men, it's like, so for me at least, I'm just so used to dating, like I've only dated men before. I know boundary because the lines weren't as blurry. Like I had never been in a relationship with a woman. I feel like I just felt like she was like older than me, wiser than me. I feel like a baby TikToker that is going to expose her online, according to her friend. That's what she told me, according to her friends. So I was like, I just don't know what, I don't know. But looking back, even though I was a baby gay and like I, like being a baby gay, there are disadvantages that you have and things do feel more confusing. And I know that now, especially with hindsight. Like I have the gift of hindsight now. But I will say to anyone who is in their first relationship with a woman, relationships are relationships. Your boundary with maybe like a relationship that you've been used to should be the same boundary that you have like in all future relationships. Like it's just, there is right versus wrong. It doesn't matter if it's your first relationship with a woman. It doesn't matter if you feel like you aren't as equipped with like relationship experience. That was a theme in our relationship, and like we like at the end we were talking about it a lot. Like there was a power dynamic difference that came in early on. Like it was just like I just felt, because she was my longest relationship. She was the first a person that I've dated that wasn't long distance even. Like she was the first girl I have even texted, and she has been in like multiple 3 and 4 year long relationships. So like I just felt like I was the underdog, not even underdog. I felt like I was just like at a disadvantage. Like I just didn't know. I don't know. I just felt like she knew way more than like I did, because she kind of did. Like she kind of did. And so, yeah, I just felt like I stayed after that night. Bad night, hard night. She like apologized to me, and then I was still upset about it sometimes. So I would bring it up, and she basically told me that like, if you aren't able to get over this, then we can't date. And that's when I learned or decided for myself it was easier to like bottle things up and not bring it up, because I wanted to date her. Like, and I had to decide like, what do I want more? Like her to keep apologizing to me about something, or do I want her? And I wanted her. She was my partner. Also, like no relationship is perfect. So I was just like, I'm willing to work on this with her. And like, I love her. She's my partner. She's my best friend at this point. And I was falling in love with her already. So I decided to be like, you know what? I just have to get over this. Like I had to make a choice to forgive and get over it. We keep dating. 2.5 months in is when she's about to have her ex on her podcast. And I was fully supportive of this. And at this point, we're exclusive. And I supported her, and I understood why she was doing it. Like she wanted to promote her Patreon. And so I wanted to help her. Like, so I helped her edit. Like I was supportive to the point that I helped her edit her promo reels, and I helped her with those. As time went on and I kept dating her, I kind of understood like that she had a lot of lore with all 3 of the exes that came before me. Like there are narratives online that like follow her because she has been in 3 other public relationships. So she warned me about this podcast episode, and I just felt like I could handle it because we were best friends, and I trusted her, and I loved her, and like we were exclusive too. Like I knew their relationship was over, so I was like, whatever, I don't care. And I honestly supported her through that. But then it actually went up. The podcast episode came out, and that's when I realized I was fucked, because I was going up against the internet. And it just felt like I wasn't even like upset about the episode itself at all. Like I really wasn't. It was the feedback I started getting like on even DMs about it, like because people had at this point figured out that we were together. We hadn't like hard launched or anything yet, but people just started like DMing me and like tagging me and things, and I just started seeing a bunch of stuff that, and like people just like being like, yeah, like, and I just started realizing like, oh my God, if we ever do, when we hard launch, I will, first of all, I just love this person. Like, I love my girlfriend. She was about to move. So it wasn't my girlfriend yet. We're just exclusive. But like, and I just want to be with her. I'm realizing that I'm getting myself into like a web of an online narrative that is going to be hard to like get away from, because none of these people have been able to get away from it. And it's easy to say things like, just shut your phone off. Like, why do you have to look at, you don't have to look at all of this stuff. It's different when you're in it. First of all, some of it is like involuntary, like seeing this stuff, like a lot of it was involuntary. Like I'm scrolling on Twitter and it's like Becca watching this episode right now, like, and then like memes about myself that I'm scrolling through my feed on the day that it went up. And I'm just staring at my ceiling and I'm like, fuck, she warned me that this is going to be hard. And like, I supported her and I don't want to take that back. Like I support her. But this is actually fucking hard. Like, this is actually hard. What do I do? I don't know. Like, who can I ask for advice on this? I'm alone. So, oh my God, I feel like I'm back in time. That night, she calls me and I'm like, I have to hold it in. Like, at this point, I'm like, I want to prove to this girl that I'm emotionally secure enough to handle this, because I want to fit into her life and I want our relationship to be seamless. And like, I know what went wrong with her other relationships, and I know that it was very hard for them. And now I'm like, I understand why. Like, I understand. I think I don't know, just from like, I just have hindsight now and I'm like, wow, I understand so much now. But, I wanted to be the one that could handle it, and I wanted to be with her. She was my best friend, and she's also a woman. So like, when it's a girl, you're like, I just see so many dimensions in you, and like, I understand why you do the things you do, and we're just so emotionally connected and we're so close at this point that like, I am your partner and like, I understand you. And it's like, if this were a man, I think it would just be a very different story, I think. But I don't know. So the day the podcast episode went up, she calls me and she's like, it's doing so well, like, yay, look at my page, like, this is crazy. Like, she's like, okay, tonight I'm taking you out to dinner, we're gonna celebrate. And I'm like, celebrate? I want to die. I'm literally staring at the ceiling like I feel like Bella and New Moon, not even Bella and New Moon, like a meme where like the girl is like, oh, like her hair, like bags under her eyes, her hair is crazy. Like, I'm just like, okay. So again, I had, as far as she knew, this is my fault because I was holding everything in, right? Like, as far as she knew, I was like able to handle this, and I was like supporting her, and like, I'm not gonna take it back now. Like, I gotta pull it together. My girlfriend, or the woman she was about to be my girlfriend, had a huge, awesome day at work, and I have to get it together. So I go to dinner and we're eating sushi, and like, she is just like on cloud nine, this girl, and I'm just like, tears like falling into my roll or whatever. I'm just like not eating, and she's like, what is wrong with you? And I didn't want to make it about me and like my thing. Also, like, at this point, because we had gotten through that hard time a month in, I wanted it to be for the long haul. Like, I wanted that hard time to be for a reason. And I was scared if I told her that I was struggling with like the DMs I was getting and like stuff I was seeing on Twitter and stuff. I was scared if I told her I would like lose her. And I just felt like I didn't know what to do. I just felt alone. And I wish that I had just said everything. I think by the end of that night, I was like, she pried it out of me, but it took her like 2 hours. And that's when she was like, you can't bottle things up like this. And I was like, you're so right. Like, I'm sorry, that stopped me from doing that. No, I kept bottling things up our entire relationship, honestly. Um, but like side note, I went to dinner, like a Rachel Kirkconnell's brand dinner, that because she just launched a line of dresses with Shopo. And when I watched Rachel's episode of when she was on Call Her Daddy and she was like talking about her relationship that had like unexpectedly ended, I just felt like I resonated with that so much, which was like not in the contents. Like, it's not like our relationship was like I don't want to speak for Rachel. I don't know. It more in the sense of like, I just felt like I had to bottle things up and apologize for things in order to keep our relationship running. Like, I would be so upset about something and then bottle it up and bottle it up. Then I would end up apologizing. That was the entire dynamic of our relationship. And it was just me like being embarrassed for being upset because I signed up for this. I kept staying. Like, I wanted it to work and I loved her. She was my best friend. And I didn't want to lose her. So that was just kind of like the tone on my part for a long time. And I can only speak, by the way, from my perspective. My ex isn't here to defend herself. And so she might have seen our relationship in an entirely different way. This is about myself and like what I did in our relationship. So yeah, we got through that, whatever. We kept dating, happy. But I did notice that we were incompatible in different random ways. Like, socially, basically. Like, I just have like, I don't know. It was I have to be home at a certain, like, I want to go to bed. Like, I am down to like go out and have fun, but like I have to go to bed at like midnight. I have like anxiety at night. I don't even know. Like, it's just whatever. And I think that like was hurting her feelings, and I don't know. It was just like, we're just different, like, socially. Like, she is a goer. She can just do so many things, and I wanted like, I just wanted to go to bed at night. Like, I don't know. So, and there's just a different topics that I just didn't feel equipped to like bring up or like talk about. Like, I didn't even know what to do. Like, I didn't want things to be real. I was living in denial of like a bunch of like different dynamics in our relationship that were not going, I was going up against stuff that I was just too, no, like, there was no chance of me like knowing what to do with different things. So, I didn't want things to be real. Like, I didn't want our incompatibilities to be real. I turned on myself and I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, I know her friend, and I didn't know which friends, but I was like, these people probably just think that I'm a baby, but I'm an annoying baby that's like her 6-year-old girlfriend who is a party killer. Like, not even party killer. It's just that I wanted to leave, and then Shannon would be sad. Shannon would never want me to leave, I don't know. So I just felt like I was going up against, like, I don't know. I just felt like ill-equipped for, I don't know what to do, and I didn't want things to be, I don't know. And that was just like an argument that we had every once in a while. But for the most part, like, we had a happy, healthy relationship. And until we had the same fight over and over again, and I was just turning avoidant. Like, that was my coping mechanism, was to avoid. It was to, when there was a conflict that I knew, the truth is I was scared to like lose her. So, it made me like avoid conflict because I was scared if I verbalized something, it would be real and she wouldn't want to be with me anymore. So, because I just like, every time I would bring up like the first fight that we had, like the first thing that happened like a month in, then she kept just saying to me like, Becca, like, you have to, if we are going to have a successful relationship, you have to let me know if you can handle these things. And I was like, I can. I have to let go. I have to like not be, I don't know. I just don't think I got it out. Like, I think I just like held it in for too long. And I just assumed that everything I was upset about, or everything that I didn't like, because she had had all of these long relationships with all these people, I was like, it worked with them. Like, why am I not? Like, why? Like, I feel like I just can't handle it. I am like really struggling, and like it's making me depressed with like these conflicts, because I feel like I can't say anything, and I'm confused on like if I'm imagining things, I just felt so in confusion, and it would like make me avoidant, and because I didn't want to have conflict, and it was making me like depressed. And it was like, I'm sure to her, like just unexplainable depression, and like I don't know. And that was probably hard for her to deal with, like the avoidance. Like I totally understand. Like I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to keep our relationship. Like I didn't want to lose her. I'm just gonna flash forward. Like there's really no point in like going into every single one of our random like little disagreements, whatever. But I'm just gonna talk about like what actually caused us to end. Was we came home for Thanksgiving, and my family like fell in love with her, and my family was like, oh my God, this is the person you're gonna be with. Like, and I was confused because like I don't know, we had been having like the social argument, like the same argument a lot, but I did feel like it was something that we could figure out, honestly. We get home for Thanksgiving. I'm like, this is my girlfriend. Like, and it's my first time bringing a girl home. And so just, that's kind of scary in itself, but whatever. My family loved her, like literally loved her. They were like, this is the person for you. I've never seen you this happy. And honestly, I don't think I've had been that happy in a relationship. Like I loved her. I really did. But then we go out one night. So like we're with my family, and then we like drive up to Columbus to like go out with my friends from Columbus for the day. And I don't know, I could just tell something was off the entire day. And we're sitting there at a restaurant, and then she just kind of like is very upset at me about it's just the same fight that we had been. I don't know. So then I just shut down, and I'm like, I can't talk. Like, I don't talk. I'm just like refusing to engage in this argument. And we also had been drinking all day, and like, I don't know. We go back to my Airbnb, and I'm like, fuck, she's like meeting my family. Like, we have Thanksgiving tomorrow. Like, oh my God, we just got in a huge fight. How are we going to make up? Like, how is this even going to be fixed? And she just kept saying like, you want to break up with me? Like, I can tell you want to break up with me. And I was like, what? I think that she wants to break up with me. But then I was like, okay, well then I guess, I don't know. Like, what do we do? I think it might be over now. Because why are you, like, and then that is something that she would kind of sometimes bring up, like, you want to break up with me, I can tell. And I would be like, I do? I don't think so. I don't think so. And then she basically said something like, we don't have to like tell the internet right away if we break up. And that's when I was kind of just like, you want to break up with me, don't you? I didn't say that. Again, I was silent, but I don't know. We go to bed. Again, we had been drinking all day. So we wake up in the morning, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have to. She like leaves the Airbnb. She comes back, brings me like a latte, and then we go eat salads, and we don't talk about the fight that we had the night before. And I was like, I don't know if she even remembers it. Like, maybe I exaggerated that in my head to be a bigger fight than it was. And then we had to go have Thanksgiving with my family. And she had been such a saint all week with my family, and she was again, and my family fell in love with her, and she's playing with these kids. And that's when I'm like starting to remember, and she's just so good with kids. And I was like, she is 32, about to be 33. Now she's 33. But we just got a huge fight last night, and like everyone's saying that we're supposed to be together because, well, I didn't tell my family that we're like we fought the night before. Like I don't know. Every relationship has problems. Like I didn't, but seeing her with the kids, I was like, I don't think I can get on like her timeline. Not that she was never even pressuring me to have kids. She never even said like, let's have kids together. Let's blah, blah, blah. But we had been dating at this point for a year. So it was like, I don't know. You kind of just start thinking about that stuff, and seeing her with kids. This is my first time seeing her with kids ever. So then I just started hitting me, and I was like, fuck, she's like 33. I'm 26. What do I do? Like, I'm not ready to have kids. Also, a little bit of me hadn't mourned the old-fashioned way of having children, and we have never even talked about it. So that night, I was acting weird ever since that fight that we had the night before. We're going to bed that night, and she's like, why is your family like falling deeper in love with me, and you seem to be like avoidant? And I was like, okay, the kid thing. Like, I'm really concerned. I didn't want to talk about the fight from the night before because I didn't want to like embarrass her. I don't know. Like, it was just like, I didn't want to like, again, I also just wanted to keep our relationship running smoothly. But I thought maybe if I brought up the kid thing, she would, I don't know, talk about maybe the fight that we had the night before. I'm not really sure. I brought up the kid thing mostly in my head. Honestly, it was the age thing, the timeline, and a little bit of compet. It's been ingrained in me for 26 years. When I said the baby thing, she was like, oh my God, yeah, no, totally. Like, don't even worry about that. That's not even like, I'm not even trying to have kids anytime soon. I was like, oh, okay, awesome. I was worried to tell her that, but like, she didn't care. She was like, same, literally. She said she struggles with that too. So it wasn't a conflict ever. And it wasn't even something that we ever like disagreed on. And it wasn't something that she was ever like, you better get on board soon because I want to have kids soon. It was not even a conflict in our relationship at all. She never was like, even like, she didn't even like care. And I wanted to keep dating her, and it was like, whatever. But yeah, seeing her with the kids, I think it was just maybe like a gut thing. Like, I don't know if I can see myself in time on your timeline, because she was 33, about to be 33, getting on board with seeing this as my future, the mother of my children, right? So I think it mostly had to do with the fight that we had the night before. So we go home, we keep dating, but this fight that we had never resolved was just in the back of my head the entire time. We kept dating for like weeks. She's supposed to come on my podcast this week to do like to like show my new studio. I just couldn't get over this fight, to be honest. Like, it was really bothering me, and I had been bottling it up. She was like, why are you acting cold? And this fight had been something that I had been having with myself in my brain for probably 2 to 3 weeks at this point. When she brought this conversation up, it was me being like, once I say this to her, she's going to see what I'm talking about. She's going to say, oh my God, like, let's figure this out. She's going to come up with a solution, and we're going to compromise, and we're going to get through this. Because I think that we're supposed to be together. Everyone loves my girlfriend. I love my girlfriend. Could it get better than this, right? I was turning on myself and being like, I need to get over this because I have to. And I don't want to lose my girlfriend. She's my best friend. But I think she doesn't like when I bottle things up, so I have to tell her. I didn't know that it would be the end of our relationship. I had no idea. I said, she was like, you're being avoidant. And I was like, okay, I've had this fight with you in my mind so many times. You're going to compromise with me. It's going to be okay, Becca. Just get it off your chest. Just say it. So I said, I'm still upset about the fight that we had in Columbus. And she said, let's just give up. Because she was like, I can't be with someone that you held it in for so long. And I was like, I know, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, like, let's give up. She did say, like, yeah, I do feel like you need more relationship experience. Like, you need to know what it's like to be in a long-term relationship. And, like, I do feel like there is a power imbalance here. Like, I feel like I know more than you on, like, what it's like to be in a relationship. So I was like, you're right. Like, I don't know. I just feel, like, inequipped. I don't feel like, I just feel like I'm doing everything wrong. And I'm trying to be good and perfect. Not even perfect, because I wasn't perfect at all. But, like, I was just trying to bottle everything up to keep things running smoothly. And, like, it was just, everything was just going wrong. Like, I felt like I was doing everything wrong. And I had to keep apologizing to her. And, like, I didn't know what to do to make things good. Like, I don't know. I was like, why are things falling apart? Like, I am doing everything wrong. She's smarter than me and, like, older than me. I don't know. And I'm a fucking TikToker. And, like, I don't know. I just felt like a baby idiot TikToker. Like, that was just, like, I don't know. Even though she does content too, it wasn't even that. It was mostly just, like, I just felt I didn't have any relationship experience and I didn't know what I was doing. And she was like, yeah, like, you need more. I, though, was not ready to break. I did not expect that. So I was like, it was also hard because I was so afraid of verbalizing how I felt because I was scared of losing her. So to get confirmation of that, like, I told her how I felt and now I'm losing her because of it, was just like has just been a mind fuck for me, where I'm like, like, ow, no. Like, so then I was like, oh, also, like, when she said, let's just give up, I was like, yeah. Also, I'm not ready to have kids and I haven't unlearned compet. So this is good. Like, this is good. And I even, like, said that out loud to her and she was like, yeah, like, let's just give up. So then obviously recorded that, like, haunted podcast, and there was just so much online narrative about our relationship that I was scared of, like, it being taken and ran with, for people to be like, oh, like, I bet one of them, like, I don't know. I just didn't want it to. So I was like, what if I offer up the baby thing as a reason? And she was like, okay. And then we recorded it, and I remember feeling like, I don't know, it doesn't matter now, but I wish that I had asked. I don't even know why I said that, though, because it's just, it's not even why we broke up. We broke up because of that argument that we had in Columbus. When it was recorded, I didn't tell my management that I was doing it. The only people that were editing it were me, Shannon, and Shannon's manager. And so Shannon and Shannon's manager are lesbians, and I just assumed it was okay if these two are, like, signing off on it and saying it's fine and watching it. Shannon warned me that, like, every word I said would be dissected and that I needed to get ready for that. And I was like, I am ready for that. Also, we were still dating. We kept dating for a month after this. So, like, I think that I felt a time crunch because I wanted to get it up, because I wanted to hold myself accountable, because I knew something wasn't right. I knew deep down that if I had to keep this in to keep our relationship together, it's probably not the right relationship for me to be in. Like, and that's fine. It's not even like, it's just, maybe we weren't meant to be, right? And I knew that, but like I obviously she was my best friend and I was still in love with her and I didn't want to be over yet, but I wanted to feel like I had like power in the breakup. Like I wanted to feel like it was me being like all 50-50 breakup. Like it was just my ego, right? Which is so stupid, but yeah, it was my ego and I wanted to feel like I was the one making the decision even though it wasn't. Because I do think that there is a little bit of truth to what I was saying. Like I do think that compet is something that everyone struggles with, and that is something that like a lot of queer people come to terms with. I just hadn't had enough time to do that. But now but then I'm thinking about it like I'm like when I'm fantasizing about my life with like a celebrity lesbian, I'm like, yeah, I would have any lesbian of my lesbian crush's babies. Like it's not even like, but I wanted to protect her because I wanted to keep dating her like behind the scenes and I loved her, but I also just wanted to hold myself accountable by posting that, and I had a lapse in judgment and I should have sent it to my management. I don't know why I just blindly was like, okay, yeah, it's fine, right? It's fine. I did have two of my friends who are queer men watch the episode, and both of them said, do not post that, Becca. Like, absolutely do not. That's not even why you're breaking up. Why are you doing that? And I said that to my ex, and my ex was like, take that with a grain of salt. It's like a struggle that, like, queer people go through. When it snowballed, I feel like she felt bad for me, so she just kept, like, dating me and, like, just, like, oh, my God. It was just, like, crazy. I don't know. I think we just weren't ready to break up. Like, I wasn't. I just still loved her. Like, we just kept dating. Like, we didn't stop dating. I do feel like this is my Trisha Paytas moment of like the eating pasta on the floor, but like whatever. I have to get this out of my body, you guys. I literally can't sleep. Obviously I got robbed, so that probably has something to do with it, but like I need it out. Like I need the truth to be out. Like I just am I can't be misunderstood anymore. And now I have clarity for myself of like what actually happened. So that's like been such a blessing, but I have to get it out of my body. Like I have to. Maybe I'll regret this, but whatever. When it went so crazy on TikTok and like all those videos all those people were making videos being like, dear Becca Moore, I know you don't believe my baby is valid, which obviously is not at all how I feel. And just such like a misunderstanding, and like, but understandable for them to like, just if you're just reading info from like comments, I don't know, it's just like I understand. And obviously both me and my ex knew that's not even why we broke up. So I told her like, I don't want you to get canceled. Like I don't want you to get like looped into this. So I think you should try to protect yourself. And that is how I felt. But then it just like kept persisting on. And then I'm walking into like my Christmas dinner with my family, and my uncle's like, why don't you want to have, like, it's just like, how does obviously I'm on there for you, like I'm in their algorithm, but like for this to be such a misunderstanding for my entire family to like have questions about it. And by the way, when we broke up, I called my mom and I told her that that's why we broke up. And she was like, no, it's not. Like, what are you like, you don't want to have babies with her? What are you talking about? And then I had to be like, fuck, I probably have to tell this girl the truth that we are fighting. Like so I brainwashed myself and I tried to like make that the reason we broke up, but it obviously wasn't. That's when my family was like, can you ask her to make, say something, like make a TikTok or something? And that's when I was like, I don't know. So I was like, yeah, I'll ask. Again, we're still dating at this point. She said, my manager said no. And my manager said that I can't do that, which was frustrating for me because your manager's on your payroll and you pay your manager. That's how managers work. I have managers. Also, they can't tell you what to do. Like they're on our payroll. Instead, she like just sent my family presents. She sent me presents, my family presents, and then I felt bad, so I sent her family a fruit plate because I was like, okay. And then I just forgave her. I was like, yeah, you're right. Okay, you can't say anything; it'll make it worse. She did do like at the end of one of her podcast episodes, she was like, stop telling Becca that she's straight. But to me, that didn't address why we actually broke up at all. And I think that she was just like, didn't want people to think that she was dating a baby gay or something. I don't know. I think that it was just like, it missed like the point of why people were mad at me, right? And it just, obviously it's not her job to protect me because I got myself into this mess and I'm the one that hit post on that podcast episode. But it hurt me, even though we kept dating until the end of January. But there started being like cracks of me being like, why didn't you say anything? Like, just comment on one of these TikToks with 100,000 likes being like, Becca Moore does not see queer babies as, not queer babies, but like queer families as valid. And like, I just kept being like, can you just comment? I didn't say that, but like, it just started making me resent her because I was like, what? Like, we're not, this isn't, I would marry you. Like, she knows I would marry. I wanted, in the beginning of us dating, she was like, if we date, I need you to know if you can like see a future with a woman. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. I would marry this girl. In the beginning of our relationship, before we started having these corrosive problems, I wanted to marry her. Like, she's my best friend. I loved her. This is not why we broke up at all. It's not even something that I came to the conclusion of and was like, you know what? After dating a woman for a year, now I don't see my future with a woman. Because right now I'm only interested in women. Today I'm only interested in women. I'm bisexual, probably pansexual. I don't know. But I'm just like, I don't know who I'm going to end up with. And it might be a woman. I don't care about the old fashioned way of having babies anymore. I literally don't give a fuck. Like, I might adopt kids. I literally don't know what's going to happen. I might marry a woman in a month. And hopefully, actually fucking no, I won't, because I'm not moving. I'm so heartbroken. But she knows that. And so I was like, your manager's the one that helped me edit this. Like, what? Okay. So I just felt like betrayed by my girlfriend. Obviously that like small arguments started happening about that. But we just kept dating, whatever. And then we're like back in LA together. We're like crying towards the end of January. We're like crying in each other's arms. And we had never said that we broke up, by the way. We had never been able to get ourselves, and we're talking on the phone, even when she's like in New York or like in wherever. She was just like visiting her family. We're talking on the phone 24 hours a day. We're still dating. We're like emotionally still together in every sense of the word. But we just couldn't bring ourselves to be like, we're broken up. We're in LA together. I hadn't seen her in a couple weeks because she was traveling. And we cried together. And then the next morning she has to go on a cruise. And like, we're texting. She's like, love you, blah, blah, blah. We keep texting until like she gets on the boat. And she's texting something random about, we're talking about her, like, we're just joking around about something. And then I just don't get a reply. And I was like, oh, maybe she probably doesn't have service. She's on a cruise. And so I just kept saying that. And people were like, every time I would like be with my friends that week, people would be like, you guys are still dating, right? Like, you're talking or what? And I was like, yeah, we're still dating. And then they would ask more questions. And then I'd be like, oh yeah, we haven't talked to like, I guess in like 24 hours. Oh my God, now it's been 36 hours. Oh my God, now it's been, wait, why hasn't she answered my text? It's not like we were fighting. I don't understand. She just cried in my arms 24 hours ago. I don't get it. And she never said like, let's do no contact. Like, let's not communicate. So I thought she didn't have service for a while. And then she was posting on her Instagram story. So then I just like didn't understand. Also, we hadn't said that we had broken up, you know? So I was like, wait, what? Like, where are you? But I didn't say anything because I was like, I'm not going to be the one to beg for my girlfriend to reply to me. Then I was like, is she mad at me? Is she mad at me? And she ghosted me. Like, I didn't hear from her for 22 days. I don't know, you guys. I still don't know until I got robbed that night. And that's the night that I also realized that we broke up, because she was like, "You are my ex-girlfriend." That's what she said on the phone that night. And I was like, I know, I guess. Yeah, I guess I figured that out 24 hours into you not answering me. But we never said, we're broken up, you know? So, yeah, I had to break the 22 days of, and I was so proud of myself for not like asking, why are you ghosting me? Like, I was so proud of myself for like not, for standing strong and like letting her ghost me, because that's when I was really into my Mel Robbins stuff and being like, okay, my girlfriend is disappeared. My girlfriend disappeared. My girlfriend could be lost at sea right now, except I'm watching her Instagram stories and she seems like she's having a pretty fun time at sea. So why isn't she texting me when we literally cried in each other's arms the night before about how much we loved each other? I don't know. And that's pretty much where the story ends. Like, that's literally all I know. Yeah. Like, I got robbed, and then I like wanted to go to her house. I remember she was in New York. She like let me stay the night at her house, and I assumed that we would have a conversation when she got back from traveling, 'cause she was in New York for a while. And I don't know, you guys, I was just like, imagine like you're going through a breakup, but you aren't really broken up. Like, you're still talking every day. You're still hooking up. You're still together. But then one day they just disappear with no, like, let's not talk anymore conversation. Obviously, that's her MO, and she's allowed to do whatever she wants. And obviously, I was frustrated with her, but I'm mostly frustrated with myself for not asking for clearer boundaries. And like, I should have just been like, hey, do you just not want to talk? But I don't know. I think if I had done that, maybe she would have just started talking to me again, and then like we would have just prolonged the breakup, right? So I don't know. I'm just mad at myself for like putting myself, I don't know. I'm just like mad at myself for like gaslighting myself and being like, I should have stood up for myself earlier. She was right. Like when she said, you should stand up for yourself. I should have. I should not have given a scapegoat. I shouldn't have posted that episode without asking more people. I should have asked someone else to look at that episode besides all of Shannon's team. And I did, I guess. My friends, but they told me not to post it. I don't know. There's so many things I wish I could go back in time and fix. I don't know. And it's also frustrating for like being just this non-closure of it all. And then like after I got robbed, she like asked if she wanted to have a conversation when she got back. I left a letter for her at her house. She said she didn't want to have a combo. And I was like, what the fuck did I do to this girl? I mean, also, I will be honest, like the night that I got robbed and she was like, we are ex-girlfriends, I snapped a little bit, and I did kind of be like, you ghosted me. Like I felt like the guy in the Notebook, like, I waited for you for 365 days. And I basically said like, what? Where did you go? And she was like, honestly, like I didn't think about it. Like I didn't know why I was doing that. And as time went on, it was just like, it felt too late to like text you. And I remember hearing that, and that was when I knew that it was over, because I was like, you didn't think about it? Yeah, so that just broke my heart. And I had to think about it every day. And I missed her so much, like so much. That was my best friend. But anyone's allowed to do like whatever they want. So like, and like that's when I got really into like the self-helpy stuff, and I was like, let them. Like if she doesn't want to, she just like ghosts me randomly. Like maybe that's her like coping mechanism of like, she understands that our relationship is over, and maybe I just misunderstood, and I thought that, I don't know. I think I just got my hopes up. But I do wish that there was like a little bit more of a warning. I left, like when I stayed at her house when she was in New York that night that I got robbed. And I thought she saved my life, like because she had called me at 3:12, and like the security footage showed the man coming in at 3:13 a.m. and she woke me up and told me to get out. And that was like us breaking no contact of 22 days of me being like confused. So I was like, oh my God, she's going to want to like talk to me. She's going to explain everything. Maybe like she had to go on like a detox and now she can come back and like we can fix everything. And or at least, I don't know, I just had like delusional hope. I just didn't think that this is, I don't know. I just like thought that, I don't know, delusion, whatever. Then she sent I had left a letter at her house when I stayed the night. And like, I basically just said, for me to be this hurt makes me like happy that I was able to love someone this much. That's what I said in the letter. And then she sent my stuff in an Uber parcel, and that's where we stand. We haven't talked. We don't have communication. I will get to the one petty thing that I will say, but that's it. But I really want this to be like about myself. And like how I can tell this story and look back and like clearly see that like I was gaslighting myself and like I wanted to make it work by bottling everything in. And in my next relationship, I now know that communication is everything, because if you communicating causes you to lose someone, that person was never yours. In the letter, this is the only petty thing I will say that I am, like if I was a songwriter, I would probably make this a song. I wrote in my letter to her that I left before she sent my stuff in an Uber parcel. I'm glad I got to love you enough to be this sad. My ex obviously has been on tour this entire time, but she was doing like tour promo and like doing interviews about, I guess, giving breakup advice. And I got a DM from someone, because I stopped looking at her social media. You guys, I swear, I have been so good. I get a DM from someone saying, oh, look, breakup advice. Hope you can get something from this. And she said, my biggest advice is just to appreciate that you were able to love someone that much for it to hurt that bad. Okay. I'm pretty sure that I wrote this line. I'm pretty sure this plays about me. And also, I will stand for ghosting, whatever, you can ghost me. I will stand for, I don't know, maybe the same argument that we had over and over again. I will not stand for plagiarism. That's where I draw the line. Look, I get it. You're a girl, and she is a girl, and that's why I've kind of like kept my mouth shut this entire time. But I'm fucking done. I'm like, dude, if this were a man, I would have done a 10-part series by now of like, who the fuck did I marry? Obviously, all right, I guess I tried not to be bitter in this episode. Whatever. You know what? There is still some bitterness. I think it's okay to be upset, whatever. I'm probably going to cut that out. If you wanted me to write your interviews, I could have. Anyway, I'm sorry to my ex. I'm sorry. I think another theme was that like I felt like I was trying to be the perfect mixture of like everything she needed, and I just wanted to be like easy, like an easy girlfriend, like someone that like seamlessly fit into her life. And it kind of made me turn on myself and just start hating myself. And like that's something I've been like learning in therapy. It's like every time I would show up to therapy and I would be like, I am so frustrated. Like, why did my ex leave me? Like, why didn't she tell me that she didn't want to talk? And my therapist would say, are you mad at your ex or are you mad at yourself? And I kind of see now that I am just mad at myself. I'm mad at myself. I think I just wanted all of this to not be real. I didn't want to like lose her. She's my best friend. It's hard to lose a best friend. When like losing things is how you grow though, you know? Like these past 2 months, you guys, I swear if you're going through a breakup, I'm so sorry. But like my life is done. It has been on like so much in my life has happened. And I've been able to accomplish so many like random things that I don't think I would have done because I just had a distraction of my girlfriend at the time. Like I was just like hanging out with her all the time. And like just like I was in her world. Like I felt like an appendage in her world. Like I was always hanging out with her friends. Like I was, I don't know, doing whatever she wanted to do, which is I had fun. I really loved my year with her, honestly. But I'm just saying like now I'm like, this is all about me. Like everything's about like now my life is about me. And like I'm building a life for myself that I really like. And yeah, not everything's not perfect. And I'm still, obviously, like I still get sad sometimes. I'm not like completely healed. And I still like, I think that like during those 22, that was like the hardest time, was like you're just kind of expecting. Like I think in a breakup, like denial is like a bitch. Like I'm so sorry if you're going through that phase, because just because we didn't have that closure of like her being like, we're whatever, like I'm done talking to you randomly or whatever. I every day was like thinking that she was going to call me and fix everything. I signed up for something that I don't think I knew what I was getting into. And yeah, moving forward, I don't know about a public relationship again. Like I don't know if this is something that I would be able to do. I mean, I say that now and like whatever, you never know, but like I've never done that before, and now I see why it's not a good idea. But like it's hard because I like to post like funny things of me. I don't know. It's just like it's such a weird limbo to walk when like I love to post. Like it's just like seems unfair to not be able to share your relationship, but I don't think that I think that when two people in the relationship are both interpersonal relationship people that talk about their lives online, that's when it's probably, or I don't know. It wasn't gonna work. I have to get this out because this is what I went through, and I need you guys to know that like if I can get through this, you guys can get through anything. Also, I do want to stand up for myself because I am mad at myself for falling on the sword for something that I didn't have any business. I didn't even know what I was doing. Like, and I shouldn't. I don't know. I had to get this out. Like, had to. Okay, sorry you guys, my camera died, but I'm just saying like that was my side of the story. Obviously there's 300 sides to every story. I'm really, honestly, I hope you guys can understand that I did this for myself. I don't know. I guess I was just worried about being like an angry ex, and like being grouped in with like, there's just like an online narrative of like this web of people that my ex has dated. And I guess I'm just another one of them. Hey, I love this club that I'm in now, but I do want out of this story. Like, I don't want to be intertwined with this person online anymore. Like, now that I've gotten this out of my body, I understand why all of this happened. I've learned from this, and I'm ready to move the fuck on and get my life started. Because I think, in the beginning I was like frustrated. I was like, dude, I think I would have figured out that I was into girls without having to have gone through this relationship. Not that it was like all bad, but like I was just kind of like, I wished I could do like the eternal sunshine thing. And obviously like I will grow to like appreciate and like learn from because honestly she did teach me a lot just about life. So like I did learn a lot, but like I don't know, I feel like I was just so confident before, and I feel like I just had so much, I was so sure of myself, and for this to have happened, it's just like it feels like a setback. And like I don't know how I got so like lost for a year, and like I lost my happiness, and like I feel like my sparkle, like even like going back through my camera roll, I feel like I was so much happier a year and a half ago. And I just want to get back to that. And obviously that has nothing, like it really isn't my ex's fault. It's my fault. And like, I want to move on. If you can relate to any of this story, I'm so sorry, but I'm okay. Like I'm doing good. Like I really hope that you guys understand that like this doesn't, you're not going to be sad forever, In the beginning I was like guilty every time I felt sad, but guilty every time I felt happy, but I've been doing good. Better, at least. So it gets better, you guys. I just think that like I didn't know what I had gotten myself into, and I don't think I understood the gravity of like the different, just because I just felt like she was just so much more established than me. I didn't understand what to do. I hope you guys understand that there's so much nuance and everything, and yeah, being a fan of someone isn't the same as dating them, and whatever, So yeah, I'm gonna go. I have to go to a concert tonight. Goodbye. I'm scared.